afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, March 29, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. The places where we have been abandoned are the same places where love must enter. Mark Nepo. You want to make sure that you are relaxed into your body. No outside interference. Still as a statue, focused on your breath, rising and falling. Most of us, majority of us, do not, we have no idea how to, let's just say that usually, you get into your, let's just say from, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 20, 25, 23, 24, 25, or more, we have no idea how to love others and truly love ourselves. None whatsoever. This is why you see, people coupling early ages, and I'm not saying that, that's always the way, but the majority of the time, those couplings don't have any gravity. They seem to dissipate. And this is the main reason, that we don't have a clue on how to love others and ourselves. And see, in our society, we have, like, you say you love yourself, right? And this is not true ego mind. This is heart-minded. And we were raised to say, well, that's narcissistic when, someone does that. Loving yourself was, narcissistic, and that life should be spent serving others' needs. You've heard that probably, right? There's a ton of unconscious resistance to being kind and gentle with ourselves. Yet something deeper inside of us knows that finding the right love is always the answer. And even though you can, at early ages you can meditate, you can do all kinds of things, yet you can read countless self-help books and absorbed all the usual loving advice. Be gentle with yourself, think and speak positively to yourself. Do things that make you happy. But there's a missing part that you feel that's not met. We carry around, whether we know it or not, I think that we do in certain ways, we carry around a lot of, people call it baggage or extra weight, lifetime after lifetime. And it's interesting because it doesn't necessarily, we compile and we save things that we experience. Now, we don't do it on purpose, but we hang on to them. And they don't serve us a greater good. They're just there. It's like old stuff that you're not going to go back to. You know that. But you're saying, well, I'll deal with that another time. And it sits there. And it populates, expands. And this is where we get, all of the walls, and they're all illusion, but the walls and stuff that we put up around our hearts to protect us. What are we doing? We're protecting the ego mind. Now, some of us express in different ways. And because we become so exhausted carrying around our own emotional baggage, many of us end up discovering something radical. Truly feeling love doesn't come from just some vague general force. The love that meets us needs to be very specific and precise. It has a certain level of sensitivity, tone, timing, that fits us like a glove. And most importantly, once it comes to you in exactly the way you have never received before, everything in your life changes. Now, some of us have we have a language, love language. We touch, we sense. You have sense, scent, touch, feel. It just depends on you, on which one it is. And we're all tactile, I think, to a certain extent. I remember my mother would always touch things. You'd be in a store or something, she would look at the seams and how it felt, and she'd say, well, this is really good material, because she was a seamstress. And she says, this is really good material, or this is not good, and look at how this hem is done, and it's a riot. But we have these things that we communicate with other things through these love languages. And a lot of us never truly feel safe in our bodies. And it's very difficult for many of us to feel fully relaxed. And everything, and unbeknownst to popular demand, you move slowly. You move very slowly. You can do tantric love for yourself just by being in a state of relaxation. It's like in this meditation. You relax into the body. You focus on your breath rising and falling. You maintain a stillness. And receiving love, we have no idea of all the protection and fear that we hold. Lifetime of tension. And that can begin to unravel in one moment. And then you may have a glimpse of the root cause of your suffering. And you discover that receiving love could never come in the form of a quick hug or a slap on the back. It had to come in a way that truly reaches us. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Rumi. Deep healing love is not a one-size-fits-all experience. It is not just speaking the words, I love you, to your partner and expecting them to instantly feel better. Maybe they need to hear how much you love their sense of humor or their generosity. Feeling loved and the capability of letting in that love is about how you are loved, where you are loved. The exact words, touch, presence, and energy that allow you to feel met. Think about it. Why do some compliments land while others don't? Why does one kind of a hug feel nourishing while another feels obligatory? It's because our heart and nervous system have specific places. They are holding tension and need to be reached in that one area. When I did massage, I would sense, and it's interesting how we hold things, we store things in our bodies. And it's like, I've been asked the question, does it, like you massage 10 people, are they all, exactly alike? Do they store exactly alike? No, there's always a variance. It may not be huge, and sometimes it is, and other times it's very tiny, the variances of how we store our depression, our anger, our frustration, our hurt, all these things. And what happens is that now, we may have a sense that they're there, but that's as far as most of us will go, that they're there, okay? Won't seem to be bothering me. And I would have people that would just, and we're talking women, and they would, women with companies and corporations and lots of responsibility and executive ladder. And I kid you not, they were so bound up as far as their muscles. The cervical spine, the lumbar, the center spine. Then you go all the way down, you go down through the legs, and you move everything away from the head, say. Not up towards the head, but away from the head down through the feet. And you would pick things up where parts of the body were like rock. And I'm not talking about, people being overweight or anything. These are people that exercised and, they seemed to they felt they took care of themselves. But the stress was just so apparent. And a lot of the pain and a lot of the things that we experience organically with the body is a culmination of years of holding that pain, frustration, disappointment within these bodies. This is where we deposit it. Where else are we going to? This is why I talk a lot about surrendering all on a regular basis. Letting things go constantly instead of attaching oneself to them. What would happen if we did not have attachment? We would enjoy things, right? Wonderfully so, but we wouldn't attach ourselves to those things. Because whenever we do that, what happens? We suffer. We have disappointment. We have hurt, pain, all those things, because we attach ourselves to things. Now, I'm not talking about being aloof and not caring or anything like that. In the moment, you genuinely embrace whatever it is in your life that you're enjoying. Okay? And if it was gone, 1 hour it's there, the next hour it's gone, that's okay. because you had the opportunity to enjoy it. See what I mean? But we've been taught to hold on to things, hold on to emotions, emotional experiences throughout this life and other lives. And when we do this, we don't realize that the body acts as like a depository. You deposit these emotions and feelings in different parts of the body, in the muscle tissue, and the spinal column, central nervous system. You're talking about in between your toes. I've had people that their feet, that reflexology. You find a lot about the feet. See, the feet, you massage the kidneys in the bottom of the foot. The spleen, the liver. You exercise and relax the different organs in the body. No, but not many people do that because they're not plugged into their bodies, because they are so ferociously involved with the material physical world. And you know that. You've had certain times where you've had compliments, right? And they really were effective. Someone might have said something to you, and it really, it embraced your heart. You felt really, really good about it. And then there's other times where you will have, someone will give you a compliment or whatever. And it just doesn't, it just feels, okay. And why is that? It's because there are certain areas in our bodies that the body is holding tension and need to be reached in that one area. And this is where the classic 5 love languages fall short. Sure, they're useful map on the road to healing. Words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, gifts, and quality time are amazing, but they do not do deep enough. They don't go deep enough. The soul's true language is far more intricate. Our soul is not going to feel met by just hearing some kind words. It is about receiving the exact words our childhood wounds were starved for. If you felt ugly and unseen throughout your adolescence, then being told, quote, you are breathtakingly beautiful, can land like a long-lost truth. When we receive those certain specific words, they can rewrite the entire story of our younger self that our younger self so strongly believed. Like if your parents never said, I am so proud of you, then those words from someone you look up to can feel like sunlight touching a part of you that has lived in the shadows for a long time, too long a time. Now, some of us respond to deep massage, okay? Others of us, just like our variety, we respond in different ways. But about being touched in a way that feels profoundly sacred. When someone presses their hand on your back in a gentle, slow, soft way for more than 30 seconds, you may suddenly start to feel the lack of tender, sensitive support that you were craving your entire life. If they extend the length of time that they touch you with this level of presence, it will open up huge emotional floodgates. it's different for everyone. Maybe for somebody in another tribe, it's a forehead-to-forehead moment of eye contact and stillness that makes their soul say, finally, I am home. I would massage people, they would actually release, let go. It would take them a good hour before they could get off of the bed, of the massage table. And I would recommend them to just linger, because they had just totally let go their body, their stress, their tension. I would have people leave wedding rings, jewelry, purses, because they were so disoriented. And a lot of the times at the salon that I was part owner in, we would have a limo or like a shuttle service, pick them up and take them to the salon and massage. We had other services, and I'm not saying all, but a lot of them would just totally, completely go into ease, relaxation, and that's like this meditation. If you really do relax into the body, that's how you'll feel. You're not interested in moving or doing anything at all. You're kind of like in a subtle sense of bliss. And this is I would say it is the largest reason, the most impactful, on why we are the way we are with these bodies. And when we move ourselves, a deeper part of our being finally is being met. You feel that you're existing in a deeply eternal loving universe. And then it may be for the very first time, you truly feel safe. And when you have someone who has a very specific energy that touches you, it's not like everyone has that very specific energy attuned to you and your energy. But they have a very specific energy in their body. And when they touch you, as if they were caressing the most sacred thing in this universe, then you feel the gentleness that they had for themselves. And we're simply sharing that with you. And at that level of attunement, which makes all the difference in any one of our lives. Most of us do not love ourselves deeply and eternally. But it's an actual art of loving yourself deeply. And we choose to get deeply specific. So you ask yourself, what healing experience do I need more than anything? And you do not think about self-care or surface-level affirmations, but look into where you are deeply hurting inside. You see the precise way your soul longs to be seen, met, felt, or heard. By looking into the places where we feel disconnected or unmet, we should be able to feel a deeper longing for an experience we were unable to have. Now, if we spent our life overachieving, maybe what our soul needs is permission to simply rest. Take a long nap in the middle of the day and do nothing but exist. Or maybe you have always felt unseen and you need to be witnessed by someone you respect in a way where they are always watching you with joy in their eyes. Many of us have carried old wounds of rejection, and maybe we need to invite ourselves back into our own hearts. Once we learn to meet ourselves in this specific way, something truly amazing happens. We start to see ourselves and others with brand new eyes. Now we realize that just as we have a specific way of needing love, so does everyone else. We stop assuming that love is as simple as just showing up. We start really listening to others. We hear the longing behind their words. We recognize the precise way in which their soul is asking to be met. We notice how someone leans into a certain kind of touch that you give. And when you love in this way, when you truly get it right, when you hit the target, it is like a key turning effortlessly in a lock, opening a door you didn't even know was closed. Your energy shifts. The heart softens. And your entire body exhales into a deep, undeniable knowing. The weight you have carried for years begins to dissolve, and the warmth fills the spaces that once held longing. In that sacred, glorious moment, we suddenly realize that this is real love. This type of love moves through us like sunlight melting away the cold. It's not just haphazardly given, but profoundly and intentionally given and felt. This kind of love does not ask for permission. It does not question its worth. It knows exactly where to go because it was always meant to find you. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. Rumi. It is a love that fully lands and deeply heals. A love that reaches the exact place in your core wound that has been waiting lifetimes to be found. And when it does, something deep within you stirs, like a long-lost memory awakening. We realize life was never about fixing or improving the parts of ourselves that felt broken, fractured, or incomplete. It was always about stepping into something deeper. Our journey through this life is about coming home. Every interaction with others is an invitation to open that part of you that feels safe to receive, to feel, and to be embraced. with tenderness and sensitivity. In that moment, the long search ends. The longing to fill the emptiness inside of us softens. We exhale with a great sign of relief. Not because we have found something outside of ourselves, but because we have finally found the exact love that has been patiently waiting within our wound all along. What you allow is what will continue. The inner journey is far more significant than any external pilgrimage. The ultimate truth isn't somewhere out there. It is within you, waiting to be realized. We're all on a road to personal transformation and healing. For when you're needing support and healing, transforming, shifting, empowering, or manifesting anything in your life, your journey is about the awakening. The journey within is the pinnacle of life. It's to discover, or some might say rediscover, the love that we are. And in the quiet time of this meditation, it is suggested that embrace those parts of yourself that have been longing maybe for lifetimes to be embraced. I join you in meditation. I'll return and close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain relaxed into the body, still as a statue, focused on your breath rising and falling. Start your day with the simple practice of relaxing your body from head to toe. The more your body relaxes, the more your mind will be at ease, and the greater the inner peace will be. After your body is relaxed, bring your mind to stillness by visualizing a large, beautiful, calm lake that is as smooth as glass. Let your mind merge with the water, however long it takes to reach this quiet stillness. Keep sitting until your mind drowns in the complete stillness of the lake. When you get a good idea or dose of stillness, you will see you have full access to the highest universal power and intelligence available in this universe. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We'll return here Sunday, March 30, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's happening within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.